Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello, and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we found ourselves in Glades County, Florida, with Joey Surreal Camera and one of his Nimrod male escorts as they attempt to interfere with the function of the local school board, and, well, they don't exactly make it through the front door. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this freaking S show on the road, shall we?
Okay, yeah, apparently the only thing that they ask is that they don't want you to record inside.
Here we go, people. They don't want me to record inside. This is what this whole video is all about. Yep, all this over a video camera. Last I checked, that this was a public school board administration building, which means that it's completely open to the public, but not for us, again, because we have video cameras.
Joey. If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. It's not about the recording. It's about school property rights and everything like that, including the school safety zone statute. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that one, Joey dumbass.
I'm out in beautiful Moore Haven, Florida, which is Glades County. Thanks for tuning back into the Surreal Cam. And I'm out in the middle of nowhere, guys. This is really literally in the boondocks. I'm out with Hillsborough Highlights, and we're out at the school board administration building. And we're gonna take some video here. See if our rights are respected. Stay tuned. See what happens.
Oh no, Joey, did you happen to see that sign? It basically means at this point, since you are not associated with any children at that school, you could be considered a trespasser and they might end up taking it down. So you might want to be careful because, safety of the children is the first priority of everybody in the employment of the education department in Florida. So if protecting the children in Florida means that you have to win a Darwin Award, well, then that's the way it has to be sometimes.
Staff name the arms and use whatever.
I don't know if you can't come in here. Can I come inside?
No.
Why is that?
Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I need to come inside. I want to file a request. How come it's closed here?
What's the proper procedure for filing a request?
Can you open the door a little? Can you open the door?
Not right now.
Why is it closed to the public?
I don't know who you are, sir, and this is a public place, so
That's what I'm saying. It's public. I want to come inside and.
make sure it's secure. So give me just a moment.
That's fine. That's okay. All right, that's fine. That's just I don't know why they're closing it for me.
Oh, little Joey, they're not closing it and locking it because of you specifically, because of past events regarding, well, unfortunate tragedies throughout the country. There are statutes in place that demand the doors be locked at all times to prevent people like you from coming in, because they don't know who you are, they don't know what you're about, and there's a lot of people out there that have, well, ill will toward a lot of children out there.
They locked the door on us already.
Could you please turn your cameras off?
Why is that?
I'll come out. Let me come out.
No, I can video record in here. Yeah.
So-
I have a right to record in here, sir.
You do. But can I ask what's going on?
I'm just working on a story here on the public buildings
Yeah, sure.
in Glades County,
Yeah.
and I wanted to come in here to file some requests and take some video and document my visit here, doing an investigation on the public building in here.
Okay.
And I have a right to do that. It's my right.
do,
I come with no ill will intent, bro. That
I understand.
that's
but I'd like for you to send us that request, and then
send us that.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
no, I have. There's a Florida State Statute 119. I can simply submit it to any public employee, and they send it to the department that emails it to me.
Are you entirely sure about that, Joey? Because from what I've looked up in that particular county, you have to submit it via email. I mean, it's understandable why that would be because they're not going to just let anybody walk into the school board or into a school and file them because, children and everything like that, school safety zone statutes, all that kind of stuff. So the more convenient thing for them is just to have you email it. And if you can't handle that, then, well, that's your problem.
And I want to document my visit here.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing. In the public areas. That's it.
Okay, but this is a place of business.
I know,
and so if
I'm
you-
aware.
But, and I'm not telling you no, I'm just saying
Yeah.
right now, we take public requests through
Yeah.
our website.
I understand that.
Okay.
But there's also a state Florida statute.
Right.
There's a law that I can submit it in person. To any public employee. It's very simple.
Do you have it?
No, I can just write it on a piece of paper
Would
with my
you mind
email.
doing that? And then you can bring it to me.
I don't have no sheet of paper, nothing. Can you guys give me a piece of paper?
Um,
It could be any. It doesn't have to be a big sheet. It can be a small piece.
Sure.
I can just write it down and turn it in, and then I can take my video in the public areas here. That's all I'm doing. And this lady, I see, she doesn't want to be recorded. She's
Well,
a
it's
public
just-
employee.
Well, that doesn't
You know.
make it, but, okay, let me work on this for you. Hang on just a minute, okay?
I don't know. Is it always closed to the public like this?
It is. It's a safety reason.
Safety reasons. So
We're a school system. and
I understand that.
We restrict access, but I'll be right back, okay?
okay. What is this guy's name? I couldn't even get this guy's name.
See what I mean, Joey? Yeah, safety reasons, being that this is school property, therefore the school safety zone statute does apply along with the other statutes that I've presented in the past. And did you not notice that he used a key card to gain access into that building, which basically means it's restricted? Yeah, you're not going to point that out to your audience because it doesn't jive with your narrative here, does it?
So as you start talking, like sometimes off, and just-
They don't even let us look. It's just locked. Yeah, it is crazy. I already knew off rip when I was getting to get off the car that this wasn't going to be a pretty visit. I don't know. I just got that. I got that vibe.
5 minutes later.
What's up?
How's everything? Oh, nothing like camera.
Yeah, so just trying to get in the building, in a public building. Why is it? We just got here.
Yeah, this being the school board, have you talked to anybody inside?
No, but it is a public building. Was it always locked like that? I mean, I spoke to somebody who came out, but it doesn't look like they want to let us in. That's going to be a violation of my rights. I just come to take video in the public areas and file a public records request, and I was leaving. But now in this, I don't know why they're doing this. And then you showed up. Did they call you? Did they call you?
Yes,
What?
They did.
Jesus, we just got here.
Yeah,
Not
they
even
said-
5 minutes.
They said there was 2 suspicious people with cameras.
Wow.
I'm on my way. What's going on?
Yeah. What's your name and badge number?
Julio Perez.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet
Joey, man.
Nice to meet you. Not
Yeah,
bad, not bad.
that's all we're doing, bro. We're just trying to get in. And I'm going to document my visit here. I'm trying to work on a little investigation and have a right to do that. And that's
normally-
it.
Normally, like I said, with us, they don't even let us in.
They don't let you in.
No, they
Well,
don't. We
this
have
is
to, like-
this is we're the people. It's different. This is open to the public. I have a right to come in here and conduct business and document my interaction here. That's all I'm doing, dude. They want to violate my rights, and then I got to take it to the next step, and I don't want to do that, bro. I just come here very respectful. I'm telling you what I'm doing,
Yep.
and that's it, man. And they called you. I don't know.
Hey.
He told me to hold on a second. He's gonna figure out what he can do to let me in.
Yep.
I explained to him very clearly what I'm doing, and one of the ladies came to the door and completely came and said, I don't want to be recorded. But then again, she walks up to the big old glass see-through there, doesn't want to be recorded, but walks in front of our camera. Which I understand some people feel uncomfortable, but when you work for the public,
Yeah,
you waive
yeah,
your
it
rights
happens.
to privacy pretty much.
It does happen. Yep.
So that's all I'm doing. Can you go and talk to them and let them know that, I have a right to do this, man?
Not according to Florida statutes regarding school property, dipshit. I mean, he just got done telling you they won't even let the police in there unless there's a need for it. I mean, come on now. That should be your first clue at that point. Or maybe you should actually study up on the laws and maybe understand that in this particular scenario, it's the children that matter because of, past occurrences regarding suspicious people entering a campus. Yeah, you don't think about that now, do ya?
I don't care if you guys can follow me around. It's a public building. If that makes you feel any better, you know.
Let me see what.
That's all I'm doing, bro. I'm exercising my First Amendment right, very respectful, and that's it. Yeah, that's fine. How you doing, ma'am? Good.
Yes, sir. Can you help me?
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Apparently, the only thing that they ask is that they don't want you to record inside. That's their biggest thing.
That's not to be a violation of my rights, man. I already told you what I'm doing. Very respectful. I come and down.
Record out here, they just can't go inside.
Yeah, I have a right to. If the public can be inside there and conduct business, I have a right to document it in myself and conduct my business while I'm documenting it. You know, just because we have cameras, they don't want to let us in. That's a violation of my rights. You know, I'm an independent journalist. I'm taking video in a public area, and I wanted to file public records requests. But since we have cameras, they're not going to let us in, and that's a violation of my rights. And you guys are officers. You guys should tell them, you know, what's going on here, how the law works. You know, that's I don't want to take this to the next level, bro. I just come very respectful here, and I was going to leave. But now this is happening. That's to be trampling on my rights, man.
Yeah,
You know,
no recording inside.
they can want it all they want. So they're gonna refuse. They're gonna refuse us going inside because we have cameras, man. That I just want to get that on camera because
If you guys are recording, they don't want you inside.
they cannot want a bunch of things, man. But that doesn't trump our rights to record. That's our rights. It's our right to record in there, man. You know, their feelings can't trump our rights to record in there. They're public employees. You know what I mean? I come to document my visit there, and that's it. I was going to leave, but I mean, now I want to get the people's names in there because now I want to file a request on this department. How do I do that now? You know, I can do it in person. I don't have to go do it in online. I don't have access to the internet a lot.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Joey, that's a load of bullshit. You have several channels that you run. You are on the internet quite a bit, so don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Yeah,
So this is why
I don't know
you know,
the process for that.
well, that guy came outside and he was going to take my request. All I had to do was write it down, but they went inside and they called you guys, you know. This is a public building, you know. They can't deny access to us because we have cameras. You know what I mean? So what do we do here? I mean, they're just going to let my rights get violated and then not be able to come inside here? You know? Just because they feel uncomfortable, that's not how the law works, man. I have a right to go in there and record like everybody else does. Have a right to go conduct business in there.
Joey, nobody else is going to conduct business in there unless they have a student in there, you dumbass. And furthermore, they do have an option to do a FOIA request in lieu of having everybody come in and violate the school safety zone statute. So, Joey, cry all you want, but you're not being persecuted here. It's just how the laws work in Florida. You should know this by now.
You know? So, I mean, how do I get their names? You know, that's all public information. Now I want to file a complaint and take this to the higher power that's in charge of this department so I can file a complaint on everybody in here because now they violated my rights. And you guys are letting it happen, man. You guys are letting it happen. You know, you guys swore an oath to what I'm doing. I'm peacefully exercising my First Amendment right and documenting my visit. That's all I'm doing.
I understand what you're doing.
You know, so because we have cameras, you said it yourself, because they don't want to be, but that's not how it works, bro. You know, what if I had a bright yellow shirt on? They don't like it, they're not gonna let me in? Nah, that's not the way it works, bro.
Oh, you gotta love the false equivalency fallacy right here. An orange shirt versus the protection of the children in Florida schools. Joey, get a life.
It's the same thing with a camera. So can you call that guy that was out here? I mean, at least so I can get people's names here? I mean,
I can
stuff
go
like
over
that. I mean, they're not gonna let me in. Then I'm gonna have to hold them accountable for this now. You know?
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
One shift later.
Like I said, they're willing to compromise with you guys. The only thing they don't want is recordings. They don't want the camera on. The superintendent will be willing to talk to you.
Okay, but I want to record it. So what's wrong with transparency here, dude? It's about transparency here, dude.
I get it.
So they're gonna deny me service and talk to me because I have a camera. I want to get this on camera. So how do I find out their names, bro? That's public information. I want to file a complaint on this whole department now.
Well, you could start off by actually going to their website and looking up the administrative officers of that school board. I mean, it's a simple thing to do. It took me only a minute to find it.
I've never had I do this all over the country. And me denying access to a building, this has never happened to me.
Flashback.
Perfect.
This was for you. Rule number 8 states the reason you're being trespassed. Do not come back on the property. If you come back on the property within 1 year, you will be placed under arrest. You understand that?
For 1 year? All right.
What's the property?
This property, 226.
For this property only? All right.
Right
Cool.
now, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And you continue to go on other properties, I'll continue to trespass you, and we will continue.
Then also, we just keep getting bigger and bigger, man.
Yeah, we just need one. I
Yeah.
actually came here because I want to get.
Yeah, this is the reason why we came here. This is the reason why we came here. Yeah.
End of flashback.
I have many more like that on my channel, Joey. Yeah, you're not fooling anybody.
So,
Hi.
hi.
We're a school district, and
Yeah, I understand
and I
that.
understand your right, and I understand these deputies have rights
I
as
understand, but
well.
you're not letting me in, and
Okay,
now I
but
want to file a
we're not-
complaint
yes,
on
sir.
you and everybody here.
You're more than welcome to.
So
We
I
have-
need your guys' names. It's public information.
Okay. Well, we will be glad you can go on our website and get that.
No.
But
No.
I'm going to ask you to leave the property, please.
Leave the property?
Yes, sir. Because we have.
For what
work-
crime? I haven't committed a crime. In public property, I have to commit a crime in public property
No one's asking.
to get trespassed, not because I'm video recording.
No, sir. I'm not asking. I'm not saying you committed a crime.
If you're
you
asking,
want
then I'm
to-
denying the request.
If you want to turn your cameras off.
Why? But
Because we don't want
it's
y'all
about
cameras.
transparency. You
Okay,
guys
so
are public
I've asked
employees.
him to please turn the cameras off, and if he can't turn the cameras off, then we're going to ask that he be removed off our property.
This is a public area.
Okay. Well, he can stay
Yeah.
out here then. That's fine.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let me get your names and I'll leave.
Okay. Have a good day.
Give me your names.
You can look it up on the website.
Give me your names, man. You see? This is why I record the government. You think that's professional? Because we have video cameras? Who's already trying to get me off the property? You can't do that. I mean, I know you don't work in this building, but I understand that, bro, but you gotta defend my rights. They can't do that. That is very wrong. Now they won't even give me their names. If they can give me their names, I'll go ahead and do what I gotta do and I'll leave. But I'm not gonna have them boot me out of here because I'm video recording, man. If you can get me their names, it's government, it's public information, sir.
The lady that was at the door.
Yeah.
That's the superintendent.
Superintendent, do you know her name, bro?
Beth Barfield.
What is it?
Beth Barfield.
Beth Barfield? You guys got that? Beth Barfield was just the one that was here.
Yeah, that's the superintendent.
That's the superintendent to this? Well, I can't force my way in here, so I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna do that, bro, but damn, you guys are out here witnessing my rights being completely stomped on, bro. So there's nothing you guys can do about it.
We don't control anything on the inside.
Jesus, bro.
Like,
What was your name again and badge number?
I'm Deputy Thompson, ID number 634.
All right. And you gave me yours already?
Julio Perez, yes.
And you gave me her name. So that's it, right? Basically, I don't want to escalate the situation because I'm not here to escalate.
We're all in a public area.
Exactly. And you see that I'm not being,
You've been very cooperative.
you know what I mean? But that's wrong. That's rude. This is exactly why I record and do my investigations on public employees. Because of that.
What, because she's putting the needs of the children ahead of the needs of a douche canoe such as yourself? Yeah, dude, you need to really study up on Florida statutes, in fact, any statutes that have to do with schools, and realize that your rights are not being violated. You're just butthurt about the fact that they are protecting the children over catering to idiots such as yourself. And that's where the video pretty much ends, folks. I'm just going to leave it at that because this guy is completely ignorant of the laws and everything like that. And he does this on purpose, too. He knows where he's wrong. He just doesn't care. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
This could be some groundbreaking stuff right here.
You want to go to jail?
For what?
You read this.
I don't have to listen to anything. Blah, 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 blah.
Dude, so there's no way I can get in, bro? Come on, I'll put you on my YouTube.
But shut up, Wesley.
You got to put signs up, ma'am. If it's
Are you Glenn Serio?
who's that?